Hello, my fellow massage therapists. Welcome to our little mini training right now about how to make sure that you are using Facebook in the most effective way possible. So I know that some of you are already boosting posts, maybe running little ads, driving traffic to your website, hopefully. Possibly you're sending that traffic to your Facebook page or a group that you've created. Whatever you're doing, I want to make sure that you are getting the most bang for your buck, meaning not just eyes on your stuff, but actual conversions into clients. Because if the traffic that you're driving to your Facebook page, your Facebook group, or your website isn't actually turning into real, true blue, good clients for you who pay your full rate, who love working with you, who are the right fit for you, then you may be spending a lot of money on something that's not really producing the results that you actually want. So we're going to go over the 4 primary things that you need to make sure to do with your Facebook ads so that you get the return on your investment and more. Because we don't just want to get enough clients that pay for the ads that we're running on Facebook. We want to make sure that we're making a profit off of this advertising that we are doing. So here are the 4 things you need to know. The first thing is you need to absolutely make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed on your website and is running correctly. Even if you are not driving traffic to your website and you are only sending traffic to your Facebook page or your Facebook group, you still need to have your pixel set up and working properly. This is the way that over time you get your audience more and more dialed in. This is the way that over time you make sure that you're getting the conversions that you want and that you are able to accurately track every dollar that you are spending, whether it's on a boosted post, an ad, or any other kind of work that you do with Facebook advertising. That's number 1. Number 2 is your audience. So, Facebook has some very powerful ways to target your audience, to find out who your audience really is, to know who exactly is responding to your boosted posts, to your Facebook ads, whatever it may be that you're running. And you need to pay really close attention to this in Facebook Ads Manager, and you need to make sure that you are crystal clear about who you are sending your boosted posts or your ads to. So this is kind of 2-pronged. You need to know your ideal clients, and you also need to know who is actually converting. So these are kind of 2 separate pieces of the audience puzzle that you really want to make sure you have dialed in. Again, if you don't know your audience well enough to really send your ads or your boosted posts to the right audience, you can end up really spending a lot of money and not getting the return that you want on that. Likewise, if you don't know who's converting out of the audience, out of your ideal client audience, maybe not all of them like finding you through Facebook, or maybe none of them ever look at Facebook very often, or they're just not a good audience for you on Facebook. This is where you need to know your conversions, and you can track all of this if your pixel is set up. So again, make sure that your pixel is set up, make sure that you know who your audience is, who you are targeting, and make sure that you're tracking your audience in your Facebook Ads Manager so you know who's converting. This takes us directly into number 3, which is track everything. Don't just boost a post and then hope for the best. You need to be looking at that sometimes multiple times a day, minimum once a day, to see how your conversions are going. Again, you're going to get your most out of your ads, your Facebook ads spend, if you are tracking. If you're not going to take the time, sometimes this can take as much as an hour a day to really dig into this and know who your audience is, how they're converting. If they're not converting, making adjustments to your ads or to what you're boosting or how the language that you're using. Again, this is all ideal client work. For those of you in the Own Your Practice program, you've got this locked down, which is awesome. If you need to do some more of this for yourself, whether or not you're in the Own Your Practice program, get on that, because this is where your tracking really comes in handy, because if you know who you're talking to, then you can make real adjustments to the ads that you're running and make it as effective as possible for your practice. The final thing, again, we just talked about it, this all leads into each other, but the final thing you really need to be able to do if you're running Facebook ads of any kind, this includes boosted posts, is you need to make sure you're making adjustments. Very few people, if any, I've never even heard of somebody who got their first boosted post or their first Facebook ad dialed in the very first time that they ran it. I've never heard of anybody who is really succeeding at this who isn't constantly making adjustments. And that doesn't even necessarily mean they need to be huge adjustments, but really paying attention to what is happening in these first stages and then actually making the adjustments so that you can continue to get the return on your investment for your Facebook ad spend. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that helps. Get these things locked in, and I look forward to hearing how it goes for you.